Hello everyone, I'm Krasi and I will be talking about the astrological week which is coming starting now on 29th of June and is finishing on 5th of July. This is a very important week because of everything that is taking place on the sky, because of the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction in sidereal Sagittarius, also because of the lunar eclipse which will take place on 5th of July. I have separate video about the eclipse which I'll put on YouTube in a moment, so you'll be able, if you're interested, to look at this video. But I would just mention some 2-3 words about the celestial situation of the week, and after that we'll be looking at day by day what will be happening astrologically. So it is important that actually the conjunction of Jupiter and Pluto is active. Yeah, it will be active and influencing quite some time our lives, but the actual conjunction is happening right now as we talk, in the very last degree of Sagittarius. It is sidereal Sagittarius, 30th degree Martian term. The last degrees of any sign are a little bit more difficult than the others, and Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, while both are retrograde, is something that is a bit complex because of the complicated, deep, unpredictable nature of Pluto, who is about hidden secrets, mysticism, hidden secret governments, deep secrets of the occult, even terrorism. It is just that Pluto, an enormous power that cannot be measured. This is Pluto. And even secret power, all things that are happening behind our backs could be represented by Pluto in a thunderstorm way and power. So Pluto and Jupiter are meeting, but here what is happening is that Jupiter is in his own kingdom in Sagittarius, which he entered with his retrograde motion. So Jupiter is the king in the constellation of Sagittarius, and I think that this is important. Both are very, very powerful. It's even difficult to say who is more powerful, but this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction is something powerful in a way. It can be associated with money or with truth, which Jupiter can bring up. All those secretive plans Jupiter can now bring up. So this is what happened already in March. You remember we had the same Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, and this particular conjunction was the reason behind the awakening of so many souls on earth. So many people that you wouldn't believe who wake up are awake. And one of the reasons, a serious reason, was the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. So this will unfold in 2 ways. One will be second wave of truth which will come up, and people will be waking up for the truth. They will also may increase their interest in digging up for the truth. And then also there will be a power game of governments which will try to impose their power more and more. So this is what is happening on the sky. And in this very moment, let's not forget that Mars is also squaring to support the same. Venus is giving a helping hand, beautifully turning direct this week. She's already direct, actually, as we speak, in this very moment. And she's beautifully sextiling, creating harmonious aspect to Mars. And this is softening a lot the whole situation. But how? Through the law of love, because this is Venus. Law of divine spiritual love, like we know it from the spiritual teachings of ancient masters. So this is important. And then we have the eclipse, which is affecting the axis of sidereal Sagittarius Gemini. This eclipse is not easy. It will be happening on Sunday. I advise not that you don't watch it. It's a complex eclipse, but again, related to people's spirituality awakening to because it's happening in the vicinity of the Milky Way. What is more brilliant, more spiritual, more divine than the Milky Way? And the eclipse is happening there. And if we know, and we do know, but we need to remind ourselves that every single event happening on the sky is a result of the God's hand, then we'll be not worried. We will know that this is part of the major plan, which in the end has only one purpose: to bring us to the spiritual, the consciousness of the humanity to reach its most important goal, to unite with the Creator. So this is what is happening this week. Now let's see what is happening day by day. On Monday, 29th of June, this is the 7th lunar day, by the way. The 7th lunar day is powerful but critical. It was considered critical by the ancients, so we should take this into consideration. Critical would mean that we may need to be careful when we do important activities. Critical would say that we may need to be careful when not to get involved into risky, conflicting situations. When we drive, just to be careful. So this is the 7th lunar day. It is ruled by the moon. The moon is in a divine place in the constellation of sidereal Virgo, in the divine, because there you have the wings, which are angelic, divine. So it is nice for sharing your knowledge, studying. It's just good for any creative mental work, even healing. But Mars is making opposition, so it's good to be careful. The moon is it is a day ruled by the moon. So if we follow the ancient rule to eat the colors of the day foods, then in order to remain healthy, then white rice or white foods would be very appropriate. For example, gemstones would be aquamarine, larimar, moonstone, crystals, the white mountain crystal also, for example. During this day, it's not very appropriate to do new initiatives, not good for surgical, invasive procedures, but for creative work, studying, sharing your knowledge, the day could be very rewarding. So this is about for agriculture work. Yes, you may plant leafy vegetables and fruit, trees, flowers as well. Let's see, Tuesday, 30th of June, 8th lunar day. This day is a bit better. The moon is in powerful place, which is the hidden place of Saturn. So great day for arranging, restructuring our work activities. Good day for some beauty procedures if they're not invasive, planting beautiful flowers and trees as well. The day is great for exact work, exact knowledge, sharing your knowledge, and design work. The day is ruled by Mars. So on this day, what we can do, wear red, eat red food, chilies, and also foods which are sharp and like garlics, onions, gingers. Oh, this is ruled by Mars in order to maintain good health. We may travel to negotiate. The day is not very, very appropriate, but we can travel. And yes, more or less this is about this 8th lunar day. And now let's look at Wednesday, 1st of July, 9th lunar day. The moon is conjoined very important star. The star is called Gemma, very, very powerful star of the constellation from the constellation Northern Crown, a star which is giving crown, making people visible with what they do. It's amazing star which can be very rewarding if you're doing knowledge-based things, if you're presenting your knowledge, if you are doing work of design, creating beauty, art. Oh, this could be very beauty procedures, planting beautiful flowers and trees. This would be very nice. Beauty procedures, non-invasive beauty. Why I'm saying non-invasive? Because still the moon is too powerful, and some invasive surgeries, well, can be so that they can go off and out of control. So for non-invasive beauty procedures, it would be nice the day. And then because this is Wednesday, the day is about knowledge, Mercurian, Hermes. And on Wednesday we can wear green. We can have use emeralds, serpentine, green aventurine. Many stones are loved by Hermes, Mercury. So we can travel, yes, on this day. Some new initiatives you can do, but carefully, because actually, because it's a day ruled by Mars, can be a little bit too, Mars, and the energies of Mars can be unpredictable. So this was about Wednesday, and now we're looking at Thursday, 2nd July, 10th lunar day, and the moon is in important degrees of Hermes, knowledge, degrees of healers, degrees of people who are understanding from the natural sciences, people who are very knowledgeable, who know ancient, who have knowledge and information, people who are teachers, surgeons, chirurgs, all this. These are very powerful degrees of knowledge, and the day is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter, the blessing of Jupiter. During this day, exactly, knowledge-based work, medical interventions. Absolutely, if they're invasive, it's not appropriate to tell you. The day is ruled by Jupiter, so we can wear yellow, orange, off-white, eat what was the word in English? This, let's say hazelnuts, for example, or amandos. They are ruled by Jupiter. The herb would be marigold. Now, could be good day to gather marigold and dry it if you want, because it's amazing herb. That the stone of Jupiter would be yellow sapphire, golden beryl. Many stones are ruled by the planet, and it would be appropriate if you have them to wear them. Also, on this day, you can travel. You can do agriculture work, planting leafy vegetables and fruits, trees and flowers. This would be appropriate. And yes, a day of knowledge and spirituality, and maybe helping others. So this was about Thursday. Now let's look at Friday, 3rd of July, 11th lunar day. The moon is conjoined Antares, the second very important royal star of the army leader. And the day is Friday, ruled by Venus. On this day, it is really, well, Antares is a powerful star, very powerful. So if we feel this impulsive desire, to impulsively to rule others, or to impose our will, could be that this is depending, of course, of the placement of the star, position of the star on the natal chart, but this moon conjoined Antares can be the reason behind this. And also in this very day, Jupiter is very powerful in a phase of a chronicle rise on the sky. So we can feel the presence of Jupiter for good. Truth can come out. Information. We can feel that the good forces are winning could be a good day, but let's not forget that we are approaching eclipse, which will give another color and will give changes of the situation. And the day is such that, again, could be good for sharing your knowledge, studying. Could be interesting for people who are into holistic medicine, who understand from herbalism. Such activities will be very beautifully supported. Medical interventions, not. Beauty procedures you may, if they're not invasive. You can travel, yes. It's even a good day to travel. To negotiate, not really very, very appropriately, but also not, that they wouldn't be harmful for that. So this was about Friday. Now let's see Saturday, 4th of July, 12th lunar day. The moon is in the first degrees, and actually the moon is conjoined the sting of the Scorpion. And this is it's a bit tricky. And the day is ruled by Saturn. So on this day, we may need to be a bit cautious. And also the moon is approaching full moon. In one day only, the moon will be approaching the full moon and the day of the eclipse. So we already may need to be a bit cautious if we feel too emotional. This is the reason why we just may need to do. In the ancient times, people wouldn't, also during full moons, but also during eclipses, people wouldn't do much. They would spend time in the temple or in solitude. This is important to know. The day is certainly not good for any new beginnings, medical interventions. Just stay safe and careful during this day. Spiritual practices, yes. Even sharing your knowledge with others, studying, this is very appropriate. Saturday is ruled by Saturn. We can wear dark blue. We can wear black onyx or blue sapphire. This would be very, very appropriate on this day. And now we are having Sunday, 5th of July, the eclipse day. I don't need to tell you any more about this. It's good to be careful, really, to spend time at home. It's not good to eat during the moment of the eclipse. Avoid any dangers. Just stay safe, and another day will come. So this was my weekly prognosis. You can look separately. You can find my separate video on this coming eclipse. And see you soon. Have a very good week. Yes, your comments are welcome.